Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at an alternate history series. Yeah, it's going to be an altist. It's going to be a series where it's going to be pretty long series and yeah, you know how the purple team is one of the most hated countries in the Wixo universe, if not of the most hated. And it's also it got pretty unlucky. It lost the Mediterranean War, it lost World War One. Then they made a pretty big comeback, just to collapse once again in the latest week's episode. Of course, it's a spoiler for not the latest, but like the one before that. Of course, it's a spoiler, but I think you guys watched it. So yeah, to this series, we're going to take a look at the scenario where everything goes perfect for the purple team. Welcome to Roma invicta est. So we're starting after the great conquest of episode 17. You know, the red team just and the purple team actually. So yeah, purple team actually performed really well. It isn't their fault, but they got defeated pretty bad. They still got some land because the collision won, but yeah, they need some improvements. So yeah, we know how in this timeline, there is the green team. So well, we're going to talk about the entire world, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But yeah, let's say what happened before we head to the purple team. So yeah, we see some colonization take place of North America. We see France expand, we see the Dutch expand, we see Andalusia expand, we also see Ireland and even Korea. But now I think that yeah, the Great War of the thing of the trade routes, the Sino-Korean War. Yeah, this timeline, let's just say that the trade routes are a bit well. During Persia, India decides to not join, and yeah, so it's end up in this timeline. It ends up in a draw. Well, basically they exchange lands. This is what happens. Those are the new borders. But let's just say that China, without winning, is a bit. Korea is still in an economic crisis, though. Yeah, yeah. For now, the purple team doesn't do anything while the other powers expand. But we're going to the things going to we're going to important things pretty soon, guys. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm letting you guys say this. Like, yeah, there's going to be Vietnam expanding. Yeah, it's a pretty big expansion route, but yeah. But now let's go back here. The only alliance that now exists is the triangle between Carthage, the Andalusia, and Catalonia. I don't think I don't know, I forgot. But in this timeline, something changes. The leader of the Dutch Empire is a bit more aggressive, like the king is a bit more power hungry. It's a bit more, I want to expand. And for this reason, they're going to invade Brittany, which basically didn't do anything for the entire season. Now, but also, they're going to invade Savoy to get more access to the Mediterranean. And guess who else is going to join? Yep, the other Italian country. This leads to the Italian Union never forming. Yep, the Italian Union doesn't form. And yeah, the Italian peninsula is now split in two. But yeah, we're going to see the thing that purple team will still invade Montenegro and Corsica, even though in a different order because why not? They're still going to do this, and yeah, there is a rivalry between the I think it's Tuscany and Rome, so yeah. But now we're going to speed up a bit. Oh my god, it's going to take long what I'm about to do. Okay, so this is the current state of the world after a bit of exploration in the new world, in the other worlds, but like yeah, the green team hasn't collapsed yet. We're going to bed. We're going there pretty fast. But yeah, as we can say, now we're going to turn over to Korea. Yeah, we got Carthage who formed. Yeah, sorry guys, I forgot time things. Carthage got a colony before becoming the African Union, which probably still form. But yeah, speaking on Carthage, they get some land. They keep becoming big. So yeah, now we're turning over to Korea, which is going to sell the colony to Persia India, which in this timeline is still pretty solid. Like it's a colony in Chile, but like they're still pretty strong in this timeline. Yeah, Persia India is still a pretty strong country, and yeah, they're a bit more stable. The oligarchs agree more on stuff. Yeah, they still are in a bit of a crisis, though they aren't super stable. They're better than the original timeline, but still a bit. Yeah, still a bit. But then we're going to look at the green team because oh, that's not good. The green team got absolutely jumped and lost a lot of land. They're still alive, but pretty weak. And yeah, we see Gold Ukraine got some land. Persinia got bigger, and now they look weird. And I think I fixed their borders, but I don't know. Yeah, even Asia gets discolored a bit. But yeah, other than this very fast discovery, we see that there's a new yellow government which is actually pro gold team. Yep, it's almost a gold, but it's supported by the gold team. And now the Circle Alliance is going to form. Alliance that is focused on stopping the Dutch since they have an aggressive leader and since yeah they jumped other since they jumped other things and the Dutch are seen as aggressive. Oh my god, what borders, right? Yeah, they're seen as aggressive and as a danger, and the circles are the Democratic Alliance, technically. And we see forming members: Gold Ukraine, this Iran thing, this one close to the red thing, which got some land to the jungle. Also, the Caucasian country got land, but we also see this, which is the true higher to the red team. They're they're going to join the circles, and also Warsaw, because why not? And also the purple team stop the Dutch. They the rivalry is getting strong once again. Also, we see a very important union forming. Yes, the African Union just formed, and they are big, but like very, very big. Hold up. Yeah, they're pretty big. They also got a colony in South America, and yeah, affect the borders, but now they can expand and they will explore this land. Yeah, it's pretty big. But yeah, the split of the Triangle Alliance happens, and who does the Triangle get as an ally? The Dutch. This absolutely scares a lot of countries, like Galicia, because now they fear that Andalusia and Catalonia, and also Green France, because they joined the Triangles, they might jump them. Oh yeah, there is also Tuscany, which is going to join the Triangles for protection, because otherwise they're going to get invaded by the purple team. But now there is going to be the Amsterdam Conference, and yeah, this timeline there is a country which existed in the original timeline, but here it doesn't. It's the Italian Union. The Dutch, which are the leaders of the conference, think that Tuscany is too weak to have a colony, even though they still have pretty stable. They think they're too weak and not strong at all. So yeah, you know what this means? This means that the purple team gets everything they wanted in Africa, which was Libya and a bunch of land from Egypt. So yeah, they're going to lose some land. No, not this. Yeah, they get weaker. So, oh yeah, let me fill up the claims after. And so yeah, I don't think I missed something. Difference from the original timeline is that person that gets all of Madagascar, which wasn't discovered fully, it wasn't colonized fully yet in this timeline. Person that claims Madagascar and they get Madagascar because it's a small thing, they can get it. And yeah, that's it. But now I'm going to take a look at other things that happen like that, like that. Russia go on and do them. Sorry, yeah, Russia will go on and invade this country, and yeah, they stand no chance. They're going to surrender after this. Let's take a look at the peace treaty. So yeah, pretty simple peace treaty. Pink team gets the land because why not? Russia gets some most of it, and also some undiscovered land because why not? And yeah, you also see this. But now actually Russia is going to join the triangles. Yes, before World War I, they're going to join the triangles because they're pretty similar ideology to the Dutch, which they still don't learn anything. Keep going, invading. At this point, Albania is a bit frustrated at the Dutch for keeping on doing this. While they should be protecting Europe, they are just invading smaller countries around them. This makes Hibernia angry, and they're going to invade other countries for try to stop the Dutch, which are still going on a rampage. But this Sweden, scared for their life, are going to join the circles, while Norway doesn't join the triangle because they aren't interested. Yeah. So see, this that horrible country finally get off the map. I really couldn't wait to remove them. Yeah, we also see Asia getting discarded. We see China getting Taiwan because India at the moment cannot get this. They have to assimilate all the land they have. So yeah, China is a bit crippled after the war. Same thing with Korea. She's going to release their land here. Yeah, Japan is now free from colonialism for now. So yeah, Korea, despite kind of existing, they're pretty weak now. They're going to lose land here too. Yeah, not tough. So see China going. So yeah, the Sino-Korean rivalry is still going on, but yeah, the strongest country in the world might be Persia, India, but the Dutch are getting more aggressive. Yeah, I also see some land in the Americas getting conquered. At this point, it's time to fully discover the Americas at least. So yeah, they make a massive exploration campaign and they discover all of South America. Yeah, I know this is a bit boring, but trust me, it's going to get better. It has to get better, please. Did not discover the Galapagos Islands because they're far away. Yeah, yeah. Finally, they gone. The Amazon rainforest isn't scary. Yeah, we're going to have the scramble for the Americas probably. Since it's an alternate history, it's the full scramble for the Americas. It's going to happen probably after World War One. Oh yeah. Also, here we see Brazil, which was purple, so we will color Brazil purple because they were purple. Brazil gets released. They're a bit bigger, like this. Oh yeah, and also Galatians in the circles and more. So yeah, this chaos, World War One, it's going to happen, and it's going to be the final event of this pretty long video, and it does. It breaks out in the same way. Ukraine invades Russia. Russia is in the triangles, but it's a secret. Like Ukraine, it's a secret alliance. They do not know that. So yeah, Ukraine is marching into Russia, probably getting this. Yeah. After that, the Dutch Empire will send an ultimatum telling them to stop. Ukraine is going it's going to answer with Saibao and World War One starts. Yeah, and it's pretty chaotic. Triangles versus circles already from the day one. So yeah, first Dutch troops don't arrive. So we say Ukraine doing pretty well, but then the Dutch start invading into here. They start invading too. Yeah, they seem like stompable because their puppet state is going to help too. Oh yeah, Croatia Bosnia Federation. This timeline, nope. They ain't joining. They aren't in the thing yet. So yeah, we will see the Dutch starting to push them out. Sweden is actually going to do this at the beginning, but they're going to lose their Polish claims basically immediately. So yeah, they kind of won, but at what cost? But Gold Ukraine knows that it's a hard war to fight, and they know that it's pretty hard to win. Meanwhile, the purple team is losing against the green France, which is doing pretty well in Africa. But in Italy, it's another story. The Dutch Empire isn't focused that much because they're worried on other fronts, and the purple team is absolutely doing very well. They are almost completely defeated Italy. They almost completely defeated Tuscany, but then yeah, there is some Dutch troops arrive and the front is still mated. Yeah, the red team will join, but then also the other team. So yeah, this timeline the lavender was a bit ready. The mother country, this one, they knew that this was going to happen because the red team is the red team. This time, although the blue team isn't that much friend with the red team, the plan to create the old empire hasn't been fulfilled that much, and so this, and also this Persia is supported by a foreign power which might be close to the area. I wonder who it is. I wonder if someone else is going to join. Yeah, I really wonder. Meanwhile, the Farmers Union, it's not going to join. She actually create joining the circles because why not? And they try to beat the red team in Lebanon. Surprisingly, they make a small landing. Jordan doesn't join because the plant. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we see a small successful landing. But here the war looks unwinnable. Like, how can they beat basically the strongest country in the world? which is absolutely destroying Warsaw. Oh well, Green Belarus joins the war. That's interesting. And they join starting to invade into Russia, which is the front where Gold Ukraine was focusing, sending troops basically everywhere. It's a pretty hard war. But yeah, Gold Ukraine keeps on advancing. I think they also got the capital and have capitals there. Map chart. But yeah, Ukraine is doing pretty good. Oh, and by the way, the Dutch are not fascist. Just wanted to clear things up. They're not fascist yet. Yeah, they're keep on winning, even though they're getting a bit halted with Belarusian troops, and they have to move some troops from the Italian front, which leads to this happening. Purple team doesn't do any stupid mistakes like destroying the brown team base happen because the Dutch team is already in. Even if they did, the brown are already in World War I, and yeah, that's something. While meanwhile, Green France is kind of stopping, even though they're still winning in the desert. The purple team is getting the pretty head. But we see now Galicia deciding to join in on the side of the circles to stop Dutch imperialism and also Andalusian imperialism. But yeah, they join in and their troops actually do pretty well because they're caught off guard. Catalonia didn't expect an attack there, same as Andalusia, so yeah, they will start losing pretty bad. But Green France managed to stop the Galician offensive for now. So yeah, oh, it's a long video. Oh, I don't know if you guys have the attention span. I don't know, but yeah, now we're going to see a country joining in. Other than the green team, which is starting to support even though their economy is pretty clear crippled. Yeah, and also this government, this yellow team, it's joining now. Yeah, we see the red team though starting to push back here, starting to win. Even though in this front it's not going that well. Crit is still doing very well. But yeah, at this point, Persindia has enough. It's time to take their number one spot once again. It's time to defeat another rival, just what they did with the red team. The Lion team joins the war against the Dutch Empire and on the side of the Circle Alliance. Oh yeah, the thing that happened, the very bad thing that happened here, it still happened. Or maybe not. No. Yeah, Lion team troops immediately join and change the front. Same with Green team, which isn't in the war but the support side. We also see Persindia sending supplies everywhere. Also, see that Sweden has managed to do this very small landing here, and the Dutch Empire is ready to send their full force basically to decimate Sweden. But here there's going to be a very bad mistake which is going to truly change the tables maybe. The Dutch accidentally killed some Irish people, some Irish soldiers that were sleeping in a tent, doing their normal guarding of the borders. Yeah, accidentally killed them. This causes the rage of Ireland, or Hibernia, or how you guys want to call them. But yeah, they're very, very angry and they're joining the war against the Dutch Empire. I know this is weird, but yeah, the Dutch didn't have any troops in Cornwall, so they're going to lose it. They're absolutely losing in Greenland and also in Iceland. So yeah, the tides of the war might turn pretty soon. We see also here Andalusia keep on getting defeated. We see the Dutch losing here in Rhodesia. We see Persindia making a landing here, which is pretty successful. We see also South Africa joining in because they want to stop colonialism, even though the colonies are treated fairly. No one revolts, actually, just people conquering. And yeah, it's not going that well now for the Dutch Empire, even though they can still survive. Whoa, 32 minutes of recording, guys. This is my longest video yet. Yeah, then yeah, I don't know if you guys have the attention span, but yeah, where we at? Okay, so we can see here that the French are still doing pretty well going on in the desert. But now the purple team is finally ending Tuscany life. Yeah, and after this, Tuscany sees no point in fighting anymore and they decide to surrender, which makes someone very angry because now they have to put troops on another front and they're already starting to lose. Yeah, purple team is doing very well in the Italian Peninsula, but in Africa, not that much. But now we can see that Persindia troops, which are actually motivated, and all of the oligarchs agreed on this. See that the red team is starting to get jumped. And for their own population, they're actually think, nah, they're not surrendering anytime soon. Dude, actually, yeah. The capital is very close to getting captured by the Circle Team forces. But it's going to be hard because there's a lot of resistance. And it will be very hard to end up defeating the red team. Let's go back into Poland where the Dutch are still winning. Somehow they're still finding a way to win. And even though they have a lot of fronts to fight on, they're still winning here and they probably won't lose. They also made a counterattack in Sweden, which is utterly pretty strong counterattack. But now let's go back here, where we see Ukraine going pretty fast. See also their ally Green Belarus. They're going to keep going. Russia is still not surrendering after all of this. Then Ukraine decides to make a pretty big offensive, absolutely. And after this happens, Russia, for their own people, decides to surrender to at least still existing in the map. But this is a problem now, because Ukraine now can send troops. The Dutch are seeking for other allies, asking to other people to join, but nope, no one is joining in. Meanwhile, Ireland is helping the population here, which is still pretty. Yeah, there are some rebellions that because they're still very nationalistic group here. But yeah, this is what is happening. Ireland is winning on all fronts. Even though Andalusia sends a counter attack over here, which is actually pretty successful. Send you match, and with Hibernian support, Galicia might actually be able to defeat Catalonian colony. And if they do, there might be a problem. Meanwhile, we see Hibernia marching in to Dutch colonial forces over here. And they just surrender. Yep, you heard well. Oh yeah guys, don't worry, the next video won't be that long. Hopefully. Yeah. With the forces surrendering, Ireland can now send the troops to other places. Meanwhile, there hasn't been that much fighting on the American front. It's basically stalemate and probably going to end with a ceasefire. Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. Peace is better than war, guys. Oh my god. Here we go. And yeah, but now people, let's go back here to the red team front, because red team is praying for a miracle, which is not happening. Ukrainian troops are also arriving now that Russia has surrendered. And yeah, the red team surrounded on all fronts and with no hope surrenders for real. And now the war is actually turning tides a lot. But now there's a country which is anti-colonialist and sees the circle as a good opportunity to defeat some of the colonialist powers. The African Union, even though Persind is there, they decide to join on the Circle Alliance. Their troops march in the Andalusian land. They're losing a lot of land. So yeah, it's not going that well. Probably getting to the ending stages of the war. See Catalonia almost getting overwhelmed by the amount of troops. And now it's African Union troops actually arriving and doing something. The purple team is going to make a good counterattack on Green France. But not only that, we're also going to make this front stalemated because the Dutch Empire isn't using the full forces on them. Yeah, and they want revenge, and they're pretty. And this is how the front is playing out now. Yeah, in the Americas, they're basically piecing out. While here, Ibernia still made another offensive. They're still winning. At this point, the Ukrainian troops finally arrived, and they're finally into Belarusian troops and also Croatian troops. Yeah, a lot of troops basically. Starting to arrive, and they're changing the outcome of the war for Warsaw, Poland. How can you? It's not Poland because, but yeah, that. So Sweden is launching a counterattack. A small one, but still does stuff. And yeah, we can say this happening. And now the African Union will try to do something in the Mediterranean, like, but they're actually they managed to take the Balearic Islands, but that's it for now. And Catalonia actually scared of getting defeated. Oh yeah, this front existed. Oh yeah, Andalusia. At this point, there's no point in fighting anymore. They surrender. Same thing with Catalonia. And Green France says this very offensive, and we will say, "Oh heck no! I ain't losing all of this land." And yeah, basically every single colony up is just trying to survive. And I think only the Dutch are left. And let's just say it won't be. I'm so sorry, Dutch Empire fans. I'm so sorry. Yeah, let's just say that the purple team will do something. See that Hibernian forces to full power now will beat the Dutch forces in the Netherlands. Now, yeah, we'll see also Sweden managing to finally end the counterattack. Also see the Dutch Empire morale getting a bit low, while the Circle's morale is one of the highest ever, probably. But now we can see that it's going to be an offensive, which is going to cut the Dutch Empire into two, and they're going to pretty much completely Yeah, most of the population is now against war. Since they're losing on all fronts, yeah, the king is pretty much hated for this. Polite this imperialist king. They want him to, yeah, they want him gone, they want him dead, basically. And after the purple team makes a final offensive, somehow crossing the Alps, the, and also after Sweden somehow manages to do this. No, you know what? Yeah, the government, the Dutch government gets overthrown, a new one gets elected, and they pull out of the war. World War One is over. It's now time for the peace treaty, which will be the last thing of the video. I'm so sorry, guys, for testing your attention span so hard. I promise the next one won't be that long. And here is the peace treaty. Alright, let's start with the Americas. Iberia gets some land, not that much, not that tough, and yeah. See here the African peace deal that the African Union actually got land. An African country got released under the protection of the African Union, but Andalusia, since they surrendered earlier, still managed to get their colonies of the Dutch. Yeah, Persinia gets some land here. We see Hibernia colony becoming huge. We see South Africa getting some land. We see Galicia having a pretty big colony. We see Green France getting punished a bit, but they still get their colony. But the purple team got pretty big. I forgot to do the Iberian Peace Treaty, sorry guys. Here we go, we see Galicia getting some land, but not that much. We see the Balearic Islands becoming of the African Union. Catalonia doesn't have a colonial empire anymore. I know that's sad. We see Italy becoming united under the purple team. Yay! We see Ukraine getting a bunch of land from Russia. We still exist, but it's very crippled. Green Belarus got land. Brasavia, Warsaw is now Poland, basically, and I got a lot of land. Sweden got pretty powerful. You see Austrian puppet that was there, they got released, they're now independent country. You see Brittany gets released. Ireland gets a lot of land instead of restoring countries, which is a bit controversial move. But we see also this red French country pops out earlier, and we see the Dutch Empire, which is very crippled from this war. Persia has reclaimed the throne as the strongest country in the world. Well, I will leave it here for today. It was a very long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, it was a much very big project. Thank you guys. If you did watch all of this, you have the attention span really good, and I approve this. So yeah, see you in the next video, I guess.